Yo, Ritzy Roy here again, and today's video is going to cover how to make bounce. Well, specifically, how to bounce back, but I'm gonna call it reversal for today, because that's what they call it in Ultimate. But when I say bounce back, just know I'm talking about reversals, or just coming back from hard situations. This is gonna be useful if you're trying to win more games, because it's not all just about the offense. You're not always gonna be in situations where you're just, on the offense and pounding on someone. There's gonna be times where you get hit and you gotta figure out, how do I stabilize after a hit? How do I stabilize after this damage? So, yeah, that is the topic for today. The gameplay I prepare is, the main theme of it's either going to be the person I'm fighting is defending and they're going to keep putting me in disadvantage state, and they're going to have to make a comeback from me, or I'm going to be making a comeback from them. But today is all about reversals, making bounce back, stabilizing yourself, and just generally not losing so fast, I guess. So it's kind of like upping your defense. It's a better way to describe it. I'm gonna start with the most extreme example I had today. And let's fit the theme of what I'm talking about. I'll play some more more intense music. So usually when you're trying to make a comeback, some pretty intense thoughts are going through your head. You're usually analyzing what happened to you during the fight. You're gonna see quickly what I mean by that when I fight this thief. So I'm queued up in Elite Smash with Roy, just grinding out, having fun. Let me turn this down a tad. It's a little loud. Just a little loud. Okay. Let me turn this up a bit. There we go. So we're queuing in Elite Smash against this thief, and it's starting out all right. Right now I have him on an off foot. And quickly, I realize I'm getting jabbed here, so I immediately stabilize by DIing away. So that's something you could do to break out of combos, and sometimes getting on stage control and trying to bounce back onto it. So that was my first mini stabilization. Now you're gonna see as this battle goes on, I'm gonna have to stabilize for more damning stuff. But starting off at first, it's many things to do like that. But here I get down there, so now I have some work to do. So I'm starting to play aggressive, but still minding and watching out for, minding my manners and watching out for other things. So right now, I get cheesed by more Steve stuff, and now I'm thinking, okay, I have a lot of work to do. So instead of immediately going for the attack, I try to hang on ledge and bait something out. It doesn't work. I almost lose my life here, but I recognized the block was right there, so I DI'd onto it. So when he went for a spike, I would land on the block. I've smashed him out of minecart, but it's still a lot of work to do here. So I'm thinking, what do I do? First thing that's going through my head is I gotta avoid up tilt. So you notice I start running around a lot more, because I know when Steve's doing up tilt, he can't chase me. So I'm looking out for the stuff that did a lot of damage to me earlier, and I'm just running around looking for it. Here I'm thinking, okay, if I can get a nice edge guard, that can get me some momentum. I parry the up smash. In general, I'm just raising shield a lot more than I was earlier, because I only have one shot at this. I take the opportunity for the side B. That's huge for Roy. Here I see he's going for the same jab combo. I recognize that it's not safe on shield and go for up B. And there you hit him with his own jank, which was spiking him with his block. He actually could have lived that, but he tried to tech it. So that's kind of what goes into coming back. You recognize what you get hit by, what you lost your stocks to, and you start trying to think, okay, how do I avoid these? How do I get my mix going and set myself up to not get hit by that stuff again? And how do I start hitting them back with my own jank? There I realized I had to start running around a lot more, because Steve's biggest weakness is going to be the fact that Roy is faster than him. So in that battle, what I had to go for was literally just moving around him and not getting hit. That was my stabilization. That's kind of how I bounced back. Well, now that I got the most extreme example out of the way, I can go back to more chill music. So here we are against this Samus, and they are going to be playing really defensive against me. Roy has the upper hand here, but this Samus is actually going to be using a lot of stabilizing. That's why I'm using them. I win this, but they do stabilize a lot against me, so I kind of want to show off what I'm talking about. So here I go for the basic Roy mix, up air, back air. Doesn't work. I get the simple F tilt follow-ups on her. She's kind of wobbling. She's starting to hold chill a lot more, because she's realizing that I'm sort of just pressuring her to death right now. I don't get the edge guard here, because I'm very cautious about edge guarding Samus or Roy. It's kind of hard. I probably should have went for it. So she's not quite stabilized yet, but here you'll know she gets the up air. drops out of it just because my fair is really good in some situations. And here we go. This is what I was trying to talk about. Now she stabilizes. Instead of trying to go off and edge guard me and immediately kill me like she did earlier, you know she tried to charge shot and keep the stage control to get some stuff going against me. Even when she edge guarded, she didn't go for a super high risk thing. She just went for the bomb placement to try to stop me. Luckily, Roy has some nice drift, so it didn't matter. Here, I get hit by side B, and here's where I have to stabilize. So I walk up slowly to try and prevent getting hit by charge shot. Luckily, she didn't shoot it there. She did shoot it here, and once again, I'm across the stage. And I'm thinking about how am I going to get close to her without getting charge shotted. So I pull up my shield a bit. Go for the B reverse Dancing Blade. It missed. Here I'm looking for an up B kill, but I just don't need it, so I run in for F tilt. And now she needs to stabilize, so she's going to charge up her charge shot. Start throwing down some bombs at me. I'm at high health, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to keep this lead. And she's trying not to die. So she just backed off and did charge shot instead of going for something crazy like spike. Now she's still down, and I'm still pressuring her really hard. That was Roy Tech. If I didn't B reverse her, I was dead too. So as she's losing more, she tries to play, I guess, not lower committal, but the further down you are, sometimes the more committal stuff you need to go for at times, because like it's the only way you're not going to be down. And right now, this is actually, I chose this as well, because towards the end, she starts doing bad stabilization options. Now she's going for riskier, and now she's going for slightly less committal things against me, like bomb and stuff. But I already have a solid lead, so at this point, she might want to like really start going for crazy things, like tether grab and like, you know, just really trying to set me up for stuff. But she keeps going for low committal things, like one bit of charge shot, and she also SDs like the Steve did. And there you go. That was the beginning was good stabilization, but towards the end she didn't stabilize properly and basically let me carry my lead through. I just wanted to show two examples of it. My first game was me kind of stabilizing, and the second game was someone who did not successfully do it, but you see the attempt they tried to make. And generally, all I want to say is that when you're in that kind of situation, you just want to look for wrong song. You just want to look for what is the kind of stuff that is, I guess, messing you up. How can you maybe use like their jank against them, or how can you like get around their jank to incorporate your own gimmicks? Against the Steve, I realized my gimmick I had above him was the fact that all of his combos start off of up tilt and grab, but you can't up tilt and grab Roy if he's in a full sprint because he's so quick. So that's how I beat her. The Samus was trying to look for offstage gimmicks against Roy because Roy has a bad recovery. That was her analysis, but I just wasn't letting her get that. So the art of reversal or comeback is dependent on the person you're fighting and what your character has to work with. That's why I can't exactly say there's a certain way to do it. It changes every time depending on who you're playing. But the basic idea of don't camp when you're down or don't play really, really low committal when you're down kind of still applies. Where if you're really down, you gotta start, you can play safer, but you can't like camp as if you got the lead. You have to start taking some risk, because if you don't, then you're gonna be down for the rest of the match. Because it's Smash Bros. Works by the higher the risk, the higher the reward, basically. So you're just constantly, let's say I'm at like, let me just put my percentage up real high. There's not going to be a lot of labbing in this video, because the art of comebacks and reversals isn't something you can really lab. It's something you just do by playing the game more, or by learning more about your character. The only thing labbing is going to help you with is I'm getting better conversions. But if I'm in this situation, I'm really down, I'm probably looking to not lose my stock. But at the same time, when I get an opening on Pit, I can't just go for like the simple lower damage openings that, you know, might not give me as much stuff, because I might not get another time I'm gonna win neutral against Pit because I'm so low. So when I get an opening, I'm probably gonna want to go for something a little ballsier or crazy, just because I'm at the point here where if I lose neutral one more time, I'm probably dead. So that's the basic idea of reversals and stuff like that. Mkleo, however, because I have him in the thumbnail, so I'll describe his reversal real quick, is mainly applying to sets, but the idea still applies to fights, and it's kind of what I did against the Steve. During the fight, as you're losing, you need to look at what is making me lose, what can my character do to get around that loss, and it's different for every single person. For Mkleo though, because he's really good at the game, he's able to look at what the player is, not just the character, but what is going on in the player's head to make him lose and stuff like that. And that's how Mkleo usually leads himself to victory. So remember, if you are down or if you're trying to stabilize yourself, look for A, what's making me lose? B, what can my character do to start winning? And the third option, C, in this situation, what is how much risk and reward do I want to put forward? You don't want to get too risky because if you die one more, if you get hit one more time, you're probably dead. But at the same time, you can't play as low committal as you would when you have the lead, just because there's a good chance you might not even win neutral again. So if you win that neutral, you gotta push it very far. This is Ritzy Roy signing out. This is another micro guide, and have fun trying to make your comebacks and start bouncing back on people.